Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's Monday. Unfortunately, today was not a great day in the markets, nor was it a good day for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we'll take a look at what's going on there. And the miners also suffered today. Two exceptions. I think there was only one that kind of pumped really hard, trying to figure out why. But Bitfarms and SOLUNA did reach their new 52-week lows today, so that's marked on here today. And then we're also going to get into HUT 8. They are down, down, down. Production efficiency is way down, so we'll take a look at all the numbers that we do have for them. And then in the following video that I'm going to do is going to be on just strictly Riot. We got to go through some numbers for Riot. It's going to take a little bit longer here than I think for HUT 8. Okay, so that is it. As always, not financial advice. You guys know the drill here. I'm invested in following coins and companies. This is for entertainment only. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out tremendously. Okay, so let's get into the markets. The S&P was down 1.79% today to 3,998. Dow Jones was also down 1.4% to 33,947, and the Nasdaq was down 1.73% to 11,786. Bitcoin was also down today. It's up a little bit now. It's trading in the new day, but it was down. Well, we did have a kind of rough day today. So we hit a high of 17,424, which is a nice little high that we reached recently. And then we had a low of 16,965. So a pretty big swing in today's trading. We closed at 16,966. There are some good signs, at least, not on the daily chart, but on the 4 hours and the 1 hour chart, it's looking a little bit more bullish. So if we take a look at the 4 hour chart, we can see that the RSI now is at approximately 52. Last time we were at that point was right around here. Price at that time was down about 150, 200 down from where it is right now. And then if we go further back to here, price was even lower at that point, which we were at 16,400. So we've gone up about $600 in change to the upside, while the RSI has remained the same in this time span when we're looking at these points. So that's a good sign there. It's looking a little bit more bullish on the 4 hours. Same thing on the 1 hour chart. We can see here it's at 45 right now. Last time we were at this range was back over here. Price at that point was all the way at 16,948. So we are still up a little bit, right? Is that the right line? Yeah. We got this line here. Sorry, that was the bottom here. So we were at 16,948. We are at 17 something. So we're up still on the 1 hour chart as well. But if we go back a little bit further, we can see here that we were down as well. So it's looking still a bit more bullish on the 1 hour chart and the 4 hour chart right now. Ethereum was also down today. It was down 1.6%. So we had a high of 1305 and a low of 1246, so 1,246, and it closed at 1,259. Looking at the 4 hour chart, we can see here that the RSI on it is at 50. Last time we were around here was right around here. It looks like somewhere in that range. So we're right about the same area as we were before. So it's kind of looking flat a little bit on Ethereum, at least on the 4 hour chart. If we look at the 1 hour chart, RSI is at 45. Last time we were at this range we're back over here. Price at that point was at 12,056. So we're up $10 and change on it. So it's looking a little bit more bullish on the 1 hour chart. Okay. Now let's take a look at the miners, see what the heck happened here today with those guys. They had a really bad day for the most part. So the miners were, Andy was down 2.52% to 30 cents. Argo, for some reason, was up today at 30.98%, almost 31% to almost 8 cents, 0.0799. Surprised what's going on there. Might have been just somebody buying a lotto ticket. BTB, BitDigital was down 7.43% to 86 cents. They also provided their production update. That video will be out tomorrow. I got to run through the numbers for them, but that'll be coming out. Bitfarms was down 6.54% to 54 cents today. CleanSpark was down 7.89 to $2.10. They were up quite nicely today to $2, almost $2.35 at their peak here, but we came down when everything else started coming down, the markets and Bitcoin. Cores was down 7.36% to 12, almost 13 cents. DigiHost was down 2.58 to 57 cents. DMG was up 2.14% to 15 cents. Greenidge was down 5.25% to 55 cents. Hive was down 8.11% to $2.04. HUT 8 was down 8.8% to $1.14. Iris was up 0.63% to $1.61. Luxfolio was down 5.13% to less than a penny, 0.0037. Marathon was down 11.14% to $6.14. Mawson was down 0.29% to 31 cents. Riot was down 6.05% to $4.66. Soluna was down 27.02% to 57 cents. And the reason for that is they are going to be offering more shares, but we'll get into that here really quick. Also, just cover that quickly. And then Stronghold was up 0.26% today to 68 cents. Okay, now let's take a look at the network hash rate really quick while we're at it. And let's refresh this, get a new data on it. And network hash rate is once again starting to go up. This is on the 7-day average. I believe it's at 251 million right now. That's on the 7-day. If we look at the 1-day chart, you can see that, yep, we're starting to come back up a little bit here. We kind of bottomed out here at 200. What was it, 200? Yeah, 200 million terahashes. That was our bottom, looks like, here, and we've been continuing to go up. Now, we'll see the data that's coming out from Hut 8 along with Riot, which Riot had a really nice numbers posted, but we'll get into those in the next video. So we're seeing more miners installing miners. Okay, so that's what's going on here on the network hash rate. And that's it for the markets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, the miners. Let's get into Soluna really quick, and then we'll get into Hut 8 as well. So Soluna Holdings announces registered direct offering. They're offering $855,000 worth of common stock. And it looks like the immediate exercisable and have an exercise price of 76 cents for a potential aggregate exercise price of up to 1.7 million, it looks like, if the warrants are exercised for cash in full. And then down here, I saw it someplace here. Where was it? It was 50 cents, something about 50 cents. There it is. So let me see, 5% discount to the lowest bid price as reported for the principal trading market for the 5 trading days prior to such subsequent closing, provided that that such price shall not be lower than 50 cents. Okay, so, and we saw Soluna came down to 57 today. It's coming pretty close to that number there. So we'll see if they can get this money raised or not. Okay, but that's why the stock fell today on that. The other thing is, like I said yesterday's video, I'm not going to be covering Soluna that much longer. They haven't provided their October numbers, and we're already in December. So any company that doesn't provide monthly updates, I don't cover them. If they start doing it again, I'll still keep an eye on them. I'll still, when they report, I'll update my information. But until they do it constantly each month, I'm not going to cover them. So we cover the stock price, so I thought we would only cover this just to be fair. Okay, so Riot we're going to do in tomorrow's or next video. But let's get into Hut 8 right now. So Hut 8 mining production and operation updates for November 2022. Here is all the juicy details. So production highlights. 238 Bitcoin were generated, which is less than what they did in October, resulting in an average production rate of approximately 7.9 Bitcoins. Keeping with their long-standing HODL strategy, 100% of the self-mined Bitcoin in November were deposited into custody. Total Bitcoin balance sheet in reserve as of November 30th is 8,925. They installed ASIC cache rate capacity improved to 3.27 exahash, of which 2.44 only exahash was available for operational following the suspension of mining activities at the North Bay mining facility, as announced on November 28th. Both metrics exclude certain legacy miners that are set to be fully replaced by the end of the year. So they still have some older miners that they are going to be getting rid of, which is good, especially if, depending what their hash rate is. But I'm pretty sure if it's less than 75 or 65 terahash, they're probably not profitable anyways right now, or pretty close to not being profitable. They also installed 2,000 new micro BT Watts miners, 30S++, divided by plus, were installed in our Medicine Hat mining facility, so that's good. And here's a quote from Jamie Leverton. So installing 2,000 new miners in Medicine Hat has increased efficiencies and enhanced our hash rate capacity, said Jamie Leverton, CEO. At the same time, thanks to our balance sheet first approach, we are able to continue to hodl everything we mine, growing what continues to be the largest self-mined unencumbered Bitcoin stack of any public traded company. Yes, that is all true. But I keep saying that they're doing it I think they're doing it at the expense of shareholders with shareholder dilution through whether it's the ATM programs or anything else that they're using to do this. You don't get to fund operations from nothing, and it's usually on the backs of shareholders, unfortunately. So that is my only gripe with them. Also, not growing as fast as I think they probably should be growing. They've been I wouldn't say pretty, they've been very cautious in this current market to do anything that they haven't already had reported for. Okay. Other thing that we're going to take a look at is my spreadsheet here for them really quick. as well. I'll get into some numbers here. So shares outstanding is 194,688,000. That's a lot. Stock price is $1.25. Market cap is 243 million right now. 52-week high was $10.32. 52-week low was $1.08. And the current hash rate is 3.27 exahash. And they're only operational on 2.4, I think she said, something like that. So that is approximately 800 petahash difference in it, and that's from their Medicine Hat, right? Facility that was having the issues. North Bay, sorry, that was North Bay. North Bay facility. So with everything that's already installed, all of it is not operational, but it is installed. And that gets us to about 99.52% fully installed now with everything that they reported as buying miners. So they only have a little bit more left to install, and then they're going to be fully installed. And if Bitcoin stays where it's at right now, hash rate continues to go up, they're going to continue to mine less and less each month because of it. So they really need to start thinking about growing their hash rate, especially, I think right now is a great time to do it. I don't know if we're at the bottom yet, but we're pretty close to it. And just kind of dollar cost average into buying the miners potentially at a really good rate right now. That would be a good time to do it. But they also need to have the facilities to do it. Okay. Average hash rate per mine is about 90 terahash, which is good. And then here is their BTC production chart from the beginning of the year. So they started out January at 308. They fell a little bit in February, but pretty much everybody else did as well because it was only 28 days in February. So 289, March was 345. Then they went down to 309 in April, 309 again in May, 328 in June, 330 in July. August was 375. So that was their best month for production. Then September came in 277. October had a nice little bump here to 299. And then they fell again in November to 238. That gave them an efficiency of 72 Bitcoins per exahash, which is pretty low compared to some of the other miners. Okay. And here's a BTC X per exahash comparison as well for the year. They started out pretty high, 143, and have continued to kind of trend downwards. You can see this throughout the year. And we see this with a lot of the miners as well. It's just the network hash rate is increasing. They're going to be mining less and less per exahash unless they're actually growing faster than the network hash rate and difficulty increases. Okay. So with 238 BTC, we got them valued at approximately for revenue 4.1, almost 4.2 million of revenue in November. And that's using the average Bitcoin price for November, which was around 17,600, I believe. They did produce, let's see here, difference. So that's produced 61 BTC less than in October. That's a 20% decrease, which isn't good. Okay. We know they didn't sell anything. They still hodl 8,125 BTC, which is now valued at approximately 151 million. Okay. And going down here, here are the miners that we had installed for them for this month for their Medicine Hat facility, which was these miners over here. These got installed here. These are the 93 terahash miners, 1,000 or 2,000 of them. And after that, they only have 170 here to install left. And I think, yeah, that's it. That looks to me like everything that I have reported here is going to be, that's going to be the end of it for them. And they should be fully 100% installed. Now, given that they're, what was it, North Bay? I can't remember. North Bay. Yep, North Bay facility is shut down. I have them mining for 7 days with these miners here, which equates to close to the 800 petahash that they had over there. Then going into next month, unless they get things resolved, or actually in this month, December, they're not mining at all. So that will have a huge impact on the revenue as well. And let me see here. So we got them to 4.185, which is pretty close to what they reported. And let me see here. What else? That was something else I wanted to show you guys. I think that's it. But right now they're looking currently, if things stay the way they are, we have one extra day in December. They could possibly get to 4.7 million. That's if they're running the full time. I had them running only 24.3 days with the other miners that they had, possibly doing some curtailment there. But if they were running for the full 31 days with the miners that are running, they would be at close to 4.7 if Bitcoin stays where it's at, hash rate stays where it's at. That's kind of what we're looking at right now. So it would be an improvement, but we're going to get an improvement nonetheless because they added all these miners in here as well, and those probably should have been running at like 20 days or something like that, but that's how I got it to the price here. Oh, one other thing that reminds me. They didn't provide any information on their altcoin mining whatsoever. Last month they did provide that they mined and whatever it was, couple BTC extra because of it. This time around they didn't provide it, so I'm curious if that's still ongoing or not. That'd be interesting to find out as well. And we still don't really have any data on their high computing side of the business, how things are going there with all the GPUs that they have. Okay, so that's that. One other bad thing for them is institutions. So institutions did decrease by 4 from November, and then also the number of shares decreased to 22.2 million from 29, so that was almost 7.1 million shares less, and percentage owned decreased also to 11.3 from 14.95. So you're seeing institutions get out of the stock itself. It's still not too bad. We still have 1 strong buy rating, 2 buy ratings. Now we have 2 hold ratings, where before we had 1 buy or 1 strong with 3 buys and 1 hold. Price kind of went up a little bit here on the high, $4.46 from $4.38. So that's in a sense a little bit good. The average went down to 282 from 332 and a low of 149 from 146. So a slight increase there as well. Okay. Now with everything said and done, and then what we're looking at here, the current quarter we're looking to be at about 14.8 million roughly, depending on where things end up for December, but that's kind of what we're looking at right now. The last 3 quarters are set in stone, so those are 88.9 million. For a combined total of 103 million, 50% net income from gross revenue with a PE of 15. We're looking at around $4. So it's kind of in line with what the analysts are expecting on the high end. And 75% net income, we're looking at $5.89, so it's a little bit higher than what they are reporting. But given that they are pretty much fully installed, the only thing that's going to help them out is getting those 800 petahash miners operational again, get them energized. But we don't know how long that's going to take to work that out with the electricity provider. Okay, but I could see them being between a P of 10, which is $2.66, which is kind of on the average, to $4 for a higher efficiency rating. But it all depends where Bitcoin goes, how they continue to grow. We need, I keep stressing this, I think we really, really need for them to provide some kind of update as far as what their plans are going into 2023. And we need that from a lot of the miners as well. Not just them, but a lot of the miners are kind of keeping it close to the chest, you could say, that information. It would be nice to know, hey, we're going to try and grow another 1-2 exahash next year. Here's the plan. Here's what we're doing. There's reasons why we're doing it. But they haven't provided anything like that yet. So that's it. Kind of lackluster performance for them for November, unfortunately. Things we want to see, growth. We need to see growth. And I'd like to see less shareholder dilution. Once Bitcoin starts going back up a little bit, I'd like to see them start selling a little bit of their BTC. Fund operations, fund growth, whatever it takes. They got a lot of cash that's just sitting there, not being utilized as best as it could, I think. Okay? So that is it. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And then we'll cover the rest of it in another video for Riot. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Spreadsheets available to my Patreon members as always. Thank you to everyone there for their continued support. Love them all there. Love you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great night. Bye.